The opinions expressed on the X and Y show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. How's everyone this evening? Welcome to another segment of the X and Y Show. I'm your host, Roosevelt. Forgive me, I was out last week. Had one of my gout flares. Usually it happens every year and a half, yearish, and it hit last week. Actually, I'm still going through it. That shit hurts. Capital H. But I said I would make a episode tonight because I didn't want to go 2 weeks without making an episode. So here I am, but know this, I am in pain. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's get started without further ado. The night's first letter is from Zach. Zach says, my girlfriend of a year stated to me that she would like to be married in 2 years or less. I'm 38 currently, but I don't know if I'll be ready then. What should I do? I say, Zach, you're full of shit. You're 38 years old. I don't know why I went. Your girlfriend is very smart. Basically, she's not allowing you to turn her into a pussy cow. And for those of you who don't know what a pussy cow is, go back to episode 16 or 13, one of them. Basically, getting free milk and, not doing anything, fucking them and not ever having to marry them. That's all a pussy cow is. And your girlfriend is not allowing you to do that to her. You're 38 now. So in 2 years, you'll be 40. The fuck you waiting on? And you say you're not ready. I mean, you guys been going together a year. You should know after a year if you want to get married to someone. Or if you don't. So if you don't want to get married, you're not sure and all this bullshit, then just let her go. Let her go. Because she's already told you that she's going to allow you to waste no more than 2 years of her life with your bullshit. And I think that's too much. I don't know how old she is. But you guys been going together a year, so she put in another 2, that's 3 years. So that's too much. After a year, when you're in your late 30s and up, after a year you should know what's the deal. So that bullshit you saying you're not ready is just what it is, bullshit. I'm glad your girlfriend is calling you on it and she's not allowing you to. So I agree with her 100%. You've been going together a year. You're 38. I would assume she's 38 or 35. You know, she's up there because that sounds like something an older woman would say. She's not in her 20s. That's for damn sure. So I would guess she's around your age. So she doesn't want to waste any more time. So if you don't want to marry her, if you're not sure, just let her go. Let her go. And so she can find someone who does. All right. Next one is from Brittany. Brittany says, my boyfriend of 5 years is threatening to break up with me because of a platonic friend. Me and the platonic friend and I do spend a lot of time together. We do everything. We go to concerts, we go to movies, dinner, and he is very attractive, but I would never do such a thing. Your thoughts? Well, my thoughts, Brittany, is you're full of shit. You know, I never understood that friend. He's just a friend. She's just a friend. That's bullshit. Come on. Look, me personally, I've met. And I talked about this like early. And, you know, I think it's episode 20 or something. There is no such thing as friends in platonic relationships and all that bullshit when you're in a marriage or in a serious relationship. I would never say to my girlfriend, this is my friend. Even if I wasn't attracted to her. Now, if I was attracted to her, it would definitely be a wrap. Because, you know, a friend to me, you know, when I used to get thrown in the friend zone, no guy want to be thrown in a friend zone. That's like being in the, what was that, in Superman, where they threw those, I can't think of it, but they threw him in this mirror. I cannot think of that shit. Damn. Anyway, it's not a place you want to be, because a lot of times there's no return, you know, from the friend zone. It's like an abyss. They throw your ass. And a lot of times there's no return. But when I was a friend, you know, every man has experienced this shit. You just tolerate it because you just waiting for the opportunity to come up on the level of you're more than friends. And it's happened to me before. You know, I've been a friend. Oh, he's just a friend. We're just friends. We've been friends for years. He's a good guy, blah, blah, blah. We do everything together. And there's opportunities that came up, and next thing you know, I'm in that ass. You know? And then there was a lot of explaining by her. Oh, we should have never did this. We're friends. You know? Well, I'm thinking, hey, what's wrong? It's a good thing. And sometimes when you came out of that free, you can never go back. Like, you done gave me the ass now. We can never go back. You know, it's one thing to be stamped a friend and never going there. That's different. Even though, you know, I was waiting for the opportunity. Always waiting for the woman to slip. You know, and we friends now, but I'm gonna get in that. You know, so when we go to that point, you know, we can't go back. There's no going back. Some women can handle it, but some women, you know, we should have never done that, and it unfortunately ends the friendship because she can't believe that she actually went over to that mark of friends and gave you some pussy. So, getting back to the question, I don't think that there's such a thing that you can be friends. Now, there's different when you have a friend. Like, for example, if I'm in a relationship and we have a mutual friend, me and my girlfriend, a mutual friend who's a female, and we do things together, go to concerts and stuff like that, but we do it together. We do it together. And you know, and that's pushing it, really. But it depends on how attractive you. That's pushing it. I'm just being real. That's why a lot of smart women be like, nah, you can't come with us. a lot of women who up on the game, no, you can't come with us. Not by yourself. Now, if you got a boyfriend, yeah, you can roll with us. Double date kind of shit. But you ain't coming with us by yourself. No. So I always thought that friend platonic bullshit is what it is. A bunch of bullshit. You can't be friends because the guy, trust me, is waiting for the woman to slip so he can come out of that friend zone. It's like being on the practice squad, in football. You're waiting for the opportunity to get the call up so you can start. You're waiting for that opportunity. You keep playing, you keep practicing, you keep making plays, and eventually you might get called up off the practice squad, and then that's when you start, making real money and being a star. That's all a friend is. You're just waiting for the opportunity for her to slip. At least that's what I did. Oh, yeah, we can be friends, yeah. And sometimes it took a long time. 6 years, 5 years for you to get it called up. But it was worth it. Mission accomplished. Some good pussy. Sometimes it took 5-6 months for you to come out of the friend zone. Sometimes you never get out of the friend zone. But the idea is that you're waiting for the opportunity. So that's why I don't believe in that friend shit. So, Brittany, you can go on somewhere with that shit. And I don't blame your boyfriend. I think he should break it off with you. Because I think if the opportunity arises, I think you'll fuck your friend. You're already saying he's attractive. Y'all do everything together and all this bullshit. And he might catch you slipping one day. It happens to all of us. Not me, but it happens to all of us. He might catch you slipping one day and slip some in you. So I don't blame your boyfriend. I think that's bullshit. If you really cared about your boyfriend, you would cut it out with your platonic friend. Because that's bullshit. I mean, you treating him, your platonic friend, like a boyfriend. So, and trust me, he's waiting. He's waiting. So, anyway, let's get into tonight's episode. Can celibacy change how you feel about a person? Can celibacy change how you feel about a person? This has happened to me a few times, and it's happened more times than it should. More and more, these women of today, and I'm not saying that guys don't practice a celibacy lifestyle. They do. But it's not nearly as many guys who practice a celibacy lifestyle than it is the women. I mean, women are going to this state of insanity, because that's what it is. And I know a lot of women not going to like how I'm saying that, but I don't give a fuck. That's what it is. It's a state of insanity. I'm doing celibacy. I'm going to clean myself. Now, I don't mind if you're doing like you say you don't want a relationship. You just broke up. You're going to take a break from dating for 6 months or to a year. Get yourself together. I can dig that. That's different. But to say that you're living a celibacy lifestyle and no more sex ever, that's what I have a problem with. That's a state of insanity. And a lot of women are going around practicing that shit. And to be quite honest, if you're not a virgin, you don't have the right to be celibate. A lot of you saying, oh, that's my body. Yeah, okay, yeah, it is. But I'm speaking realistically. You don't have the right to be a celibate. I met this girl one time, and she had 3 kids from 2 nutsacks, right? Very, very fine, attractive. Like she'd have been a good fuck. The first thing she told me before we even start dating, and which I'm glad she did because it saved me from wasting my time. She said, I just want you to know I am living a celibacy lifestyle, so I'm not doing any more sex until I get married. I was like, oh, now you want to be pure. Now you want to be, clean. Fuck out of here. You got 3 kids from 2 nutsacks. And one of those kids she had was like under a year when I met her. The other ones were like the boy, I guess that boy was like 7 and the girl was like 5. And then she had another like baby, not a newborn, but maybe a little over a year old, some shit like that. So she been fucking recently. And now all of a sudden she wants to be celibate. And now she's not having any more sex until she gets married. So if I was to get with her, I would have to be able to accept that, which I won't, which I would never do. But I would have to be able to accept that, I'm not getting any pussy from this woman until I decide to marry her. That's not fair to me. You let all these other cats get off and nut all in you. And then you get to me and you want to play celibate, queen celibate. And a lot of women are doing that bullshit nowadays. Oh, I have been celibate for over 7 years. And they going around like that's something to be proud about. And that's why they walking around crazy as hell as it is. They're sexually deprived. And they don't even know it. They don't know they're crazy as hell. More and more women are moving to this lifestyle. I'm running into women almost at least on a weekly basis talking about their celibate. And I just, like I said, if you're a virgin, then all bets off. You have the right. You have the right to say you're going to wait till you're married. That you're a virgin. Yeah, you get to be on a certain level. That's another level. That you can get put on. You can actually get put on a pedestal. You're actually pure. That's what a lot of women think. If they be celibate for more than a year, then it's like being a virgin again. No, motherfucker, you're not a virgin. You're not clean. You're not pure. There's been some dicks in you already. There's been cum inside of you already. You'll never be clean again. You'll never be unpure. Oh, excuse me, you'll never be pure again. You're unpure now. You can never go back. You can't get that back, no matter how many years you practice a celibate lifestyle. That's what a lot of people think. A lot of women think that, I haven't been celibate for 10 years. I'm like a virgin again. No, you're not. You just more. When I hear a woman say that she's been celibate for 7, 8, 9 years, I get the hell away. Because she's really crazy. Crazy as hell. Now, the ones that been celibate for a year, you can save them. You can bring them back to the light. But those ones that's been celibate for 7, 8, 9, 10 years, they're gone. They're gone. You can't save them. They're going to the dark side and will never return. And that's why so many women are walking around frustrated, mad for no reason. So they say, they've been used and abused and going through a lot of shit from men. So, they decided to live this lifestyle to not allow any more men to take advantage of them. And the sad part about it is and I'm talking to the ladies, when you decide this lifestyle, you run the potential 9 times out of 10, you run them away. And a lot of you are saying, well, no, I've been going with this guy. And we live with some guy. We've been going out for like 3 years and we haven't had sex. Well, you haven't had sex with him. But trust me, he fucking somebody. That's the way I played that. I've done that in the past. But my problem is I never had too much patience for that bullshit. I've told women, they tell me, I'm celibate. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Thinking that eventually I'll get the pussy. And in the meantime, I'll fuck, other women until they come around. So yeah, ladies, a lot of you think, oh, my man is very patient. He understands. No, he don't. He fucking somebody else. You stupid mother. See, women are so clueless when it comes to that. Nobody waiting on you. Nobody have to wait on you. What is special about you? Unless you're a virgin. If you're a virgin, that's different. You can demand certain things that a woman who is unpure can't. When you're a virgin, you're the top earner. You can get the top contract. You're the franchise player. Most valuable player. A unicorn. You're rare. Because there's not many left. Not many virgins left. So yeah, if you're a virgin, yeah, you can demand that the man wait. But if you're not a virgin and you live in this celibate life, don't expect the man to wait. He doesn't have to. You didn't make anyone else wait. You didn't make the other 3 fathers wait. So a lot of women are walking around and wondering why they can't get a man and they're living this celibate lifestyle. Well, that's probably the big reason. Because I don't have the patience for that bullshit, especially now. When they tell me that, I'm out. Oh, okay. Nice knowing you. Take it easy. The fuck out my face. You're not a virgin. You don't have that right to make me wait. Well, you do, but I'm not. That's the realistic. A lot of you saying, well, it's my body. I can. You can. But it has to be both ways. You have to have a willing person to actually go through with that bullshit. Somebody who actually waits. I'm not the one. Unless you're a virgin. And I still probably get me some ass on the side. You know. But that type of lifestyle, when a woman tells me that, you know, I already know that it's not gonna work. And there's a lot of women who are going around who are broken. And there's guys too. There's guys who practice celibate lifestyles as well. I don't want to be like it's only women who do that. There's guys too. But you know, that's not the norm. You know, for a guy to be walking around and talking about he's celibate. Most of the time when a guy's celibate, it's basically he just couldn't get no pussy. You know, he just couldn't get no pussy. He'll fuck something, you put it in front of him. But since he couldn't get no pussy, I'm celibate. So it's different. There's a lot of women walking around actually choose that lifestyle, and they have chosen that lifestyle for years. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. They've chosen to be with no one sexually. You know them. You have friends. And then think about the friends that you know that claims the celibate lifestyle. Think about how crazy as hell they are. You know, you got to watch what you say around them. The way they talk to men. You know, they start unknowingly showing all these anger characteristics towards men. I can't stand men. All men ain't worth shit. You know, just anger towards men because they've been fucked over by a few. So they hate the damn population. So to get back, so to speak, nobody else getting no pussy. I'm cutting off from all you motherfuckers. And, you know, that's something that should not be done. Because like I said, when you say that you're celibate, you're running away the one. You damn sure running away me. And a lot of men, when they hear that, they'll get away. It's like kryptonite. Making a lot of Superman analogies tonight. They're like, get away from, you know, I'm weak. Fuck out my face. Instead of, you know, this is something that I recommend, ladies. Instead of living a celibate lifestyle, how many of you have actually taken advantage of therapy? If you're broken, you're tired of getting taken advantage of by men, how many of you actually talk to someone? I mean, someone who's trained to do that. You know, about relationships and dating and, you know, depression. How many of you actually talk to someone? I guarantee you, if you do that, I don't think you'll be practicing the celibate lifestyle for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years. Because you'll be repaired a lot sooner. You won't be as angry. You won't try to make new men suffer for past men mistakes. So, will celibacy change how you feel about a person? Absolutely. when a woman tells me that she's practicing a celibate lifestyle, her stock goes down immediately, especially if she has kids. You know, I mean, 9 times out of 10, I won't be dating them anyway. But sometimes, well, I ain't gonna say that. Especially if the woman is not a virgin. You know they're not a virgin. You know they've been fucking. And for them to tell you that I'm celibate now, I've been celibate for 5 years, that's a huge red flag, ladies. Nobody want to hear that shit. That's nothing to be proud of. That's nothing to be proud of. Especially with men, especially with single men who you're trying to attract to get married to. It's nothing impressive. So, does it change how you feel about a person? Absolutely. And it should. Because if you're not a virgin, you don't have the right to be celibate. You don't have the right to claim that. You're not clean. You're not unpure. You're not a virgin. That ship is gone. That ship is, you can never get that back. So a lot of you think, you know, the longer I stay celibate, the more a virgin, I'll get my virginity back. No, you can't get it back. Stop fooling yourself. So, it does matter. It does changes how you feel about someone. Because in all reality, when a woman tells me she's living a celibate lifestyle, here she is with 2 to 3 kids, and you know she's been fucking, all that says to me is fake. Crazy as hell. Get away. And not just me. Most of the guys. Most of the single men. If a man tell you, oh, that's okay, I understand. That's just a patient dude. I'm not like that. That's a very patient dude. He's just waiting for you to come around. In the meantime, he's going to be fucking somebody else. He's not going to wait on you. You're not special. So anyway, celibacy. Be careful, ladies and guys, but mainly ladies. Be careful when you tell someone that you're celibate. Because if you tell someone you're celibate, you're just telling them, look, don't bother me. And that's what you want, then that's what you want. But if you want to be with someone, if you want to be married one day, you want to be in a serious relationship one day, then that's something that you should never say to a man. Because it does changes how they look at you. Hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Be sure to check out the X and Y Show on pretty much every venue that you can go to, that you listen to your podcast. I'm on Podbreed. That's where the network definitely helps in these shows, so check them out. You can look at my old episodes, and you can follow me on all my social media. You can find everything on my website, which is www.xyshow.com. You can find everything there as far as old episodes, store, everything. If you want to get in contact with me and make any comments, please do so there. Without further ado, I will see you next week, and I want you always to remember that you cannot have love without X and Y. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. or not.